Do you ever just kind of feel alone? Hello! And, so today, I guess today would be kind of a different video. I normally, do all my, like, cute stuff and just weird stuff, but, this year has been really rough, I would say, for a lot of people. Um, this was one of those years where everything was kind of different. If you had plans, they were probably shattered. If you had goals, they were probably changed. If you had ambitions, you probably had to do it differently. I would say that this wasn't an easy year, and it was not that it was really a bad year, and it was a bad year. But personally, I feel like I was pretty blessed to have a not so terrible year, to be honest. So for me, it wasn't a terrible year, but I know for a lot of people out there, it was pretty bad or pretty rough. But when this year started out, we all kind of had like, our own like path and things that we're going to do, and a lot changed in just 2 months of the beginning of the year. So today I actually wanted to talk about, some of the stuff about that. So I'm a rather emotional person and I have trouble handling my emotions. So this year was really hard for me at first, dealing with change as drastically as it was, and dealing with everything just being different. I had so many plans and things that I wanted to do, and I feel like a lot of that got like shifted to the side just because of how the year is. And luckily enough, I was able to like finish college, which is really good. It was my second degree. I did graduate, all that fun stuff. I was able to bring back my YouTube channel after not touching it for almost 3 years. There's so many things that I had to change and just to adjust to like the new style of living, just with everything going on in the world. And that being said, today I wanted to discuss one of the main ways that I dealt with the year, and that is music. I know this is different from like my normal ways of like approaching videos. Normally I do like gaming content or anime content or a stream or Vanguard Zero, all that stuff. But I really wanted to kind of just do something different because the year affected everybody, and I guess I just wanted to show my way of how I dealt with it, because I definitely get a lot of questions of like, how do you stay ambitious? How do you stay motivated? How do you do this and that? Well, one of it is music. So I wanted to share you guys my top 10 artists that helped me get through 2020. Some of these artists have released albums in 2020, so I try to kind of push for like those artists. There are a couple that haven't released stuff specifically like this year, but have released something in the last couple years. And some of the albums that I've listened to have been either from this year or the past couple years. And I thought that these like this music really helped me just deal with with work and like school and the anxiety and the amount of pressure that like the entire year kept bringing to us. Rather, it was one thing after another, and it's just hard to deal with. And I felt like just being able to like put my headphones in and listen and concentrate and just do what I'm doing and get through the day was one of the key factors. So we're gonna get into it. So most of these are kind of more on the unknown route, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this, is I want to get their names kind of more out there, because I think all of the 10 of these people deserve, or 10 of these groups, combination of people, deserve love and happiness at the end of 2020. So let's get on into it. Let's go. Yeah. All right. So on my left, your right side, I'm gonna be displaying probably like one or two albums from whatever group I start with, and we're just gonna go from there. And the first one I want to start out with is a group called Neon Cities. Neon Cities has some very interesting and very unique music. They're number 10, obviously, because they're kind of on the lower tier. I've been listening to them on and off like throughout all their stuff. They've been kind of releasing new music, and they've really been kind of helping me to get back into like just chill sounds and getting myself to kind of calm down. And it's kind of what they're the reason that kind of led me into like all the rest of the music that I kind of went into. Some of this stuff is chill, some of this stuff is just stuff that helped me stay inspired, but Neon Cities is kind of more of like a chill, like kind of relaxation type of beat. So, but they also have kind of like I guess music that has that like that 1980s kind of retro beat. It's just a good combination of both with the electro music in general. So I just thought it was super cool. But I'm gonna briefly talk about them because like there's other ones that I kind of want to get into deeper topics of. And so next one, which is number 9, is Ellie and Fur. So Ellie and Fur is, as far as I'm aware, it's two females that pretty much have like music that they do, and they actually have a lot of stuff that's kind of going in and out. They do a lot of like kind of like low, like chill. I can't exactly explain like their exact type of music. But probably my favorite song by them that I discovered in very late, like in the last month or so, is called Night Blooming Jasmine, and it's featuring a remix with Rodriguez Jr. A really amazing song. It has such a solid beat. There's something about the way it like just does, like it's just nice. I can actually, like, here I'll play a little snippet of it right here. It's just, there's something about it, just just the way the song goes is just really beautiful. I did a lot of night driving throughout the last couple months, and listening to the song kind of really helped me just kind of really enjoy the nights, the lights, everything. It just, everything about the song just kind of really helped me pushing, and it got me into like a lot of their other songs. And it's just really interesting to see like just two girls making some solid music with like electro beats and all this other stuff. So definitely a favorite of mine. They're more recently discovered. I discovered them last month. That's why I pushed them back in a lower. I think as I discover more music by them, they'll probably go up higher. But because I discovered them so late and I've only recently started listening to them, they're kind of in the lower tier, but overall. But yeah, so that's Ellie and Fur. Going on to our next one is a really good one in my opinion. I still can't figure out if I want to keep it where it is, but it's City Girl. City Girl is kind of like a good way to get emotions out of you. If you want to listen to something to make you start feeling sad or happy or crying, I really recommend listening to City Girl. City Girl really helped me get the emotions that I needed out. Like, there are actually days where some of the songs in there would actually make me cry. I usually work in the morning, and when I work in the morning, if I listen to City Girl, sometimes I could feel like a tear in my eye just because of how emotional and effective like the music the City Girl creates. I absolutely adore it. There's just the list goes and goes of like all the music I like. Before I even get into the music, the artists, absolutely breathtaking. The way they do the look of just the albums and everything is super gorgeous. And I really like specifically Walking in the Rain to a Cafe to Write Private Thoughts in Public. One of my favorite jams in their thing. Like, that entire album is just really good. I don't know if it's they or one person, but whoever it is that's creating this music, I give you massive props. I've been following them for years, but this year in particular, they really hit different. I know that's like a really common phrase to use, but they were just really like nailed it. Like, this year has been so up and down, and this music has been really kind of helping me kind of balance out my emotions. But that's City Girl. Quite awesome stuff. It's on number 8, which means there's just more to come of amazing stuff that I've recently enjoyed over the years. So let's get on into it. The next one is Cove. As strange as it sounds, I actually discovered Cove through a Logan Paul video. Logan Paul did a like a year recap. I can't remember which year it was. It was either 2017, 2018, or 2019. And at the very end, he had a very inspirational speech, and Cove was playing in the background, and I was completely blown away by what a great song choice that he picked actually for that. Or I don't know who it was, maybe it was the editor, not really too sure, but the song was absolutely breathtaking, so it took me away into the entire experience of Cove. Cove is just very particular, but they got some of the most very unique music. A lot of people tend to, I don't know if people tend to like this type of music because it's definitely more chill, but the way the beats kind of roll through from one thing to the next is just so amazing. They have one album in particular called Regrowth, and I literally love like every single song on there. Highly recommend. If you ever want to just try something different, this is definitely a group to do it with. They have this really helped me get through also anxiety, get me to calm down, get me to relax and realize it's going to be okay. It's a rough year, and things are going crazy. It's hard to tell where the end of the tunnel is, but like the thought process is that we'll make it. And that's what this this is what Cove did for me. And even not in this year, even in the years prior, I spent a lot of my coding time listening to this to Cove, just getting kind of through the day. If I'm getting like really angry or upset or something like that, Cove would just be a good way to calm down. I listen to his music a lot when I'm driving too, just to kind of help me get through. And like I said, I am pretty emotional, and I really try my best to be calm, but I have trouble sometimes being calm, and that's why music kind of helps me to find my center with the world. So yeah, that's Cove. Next we have Coven. Coven is another weird discovery. I found him through I'm a Cutie Pie. Back when he used to, I don't know if he still does it because I don't follow him anymore. But he used to have like songs at the very end of all his videos, and he would always like sponsor like very particular songs. And one of the songs he sponsored was a Coven song. Coven is like super trance, like all this like electro beats, all this kind of stuff. Coven just released a new album this year, and primarily I listened to them just because like they were just out this year. They released new stuff, so I got to listen to it. Coven just gets me so excited. Like the minute I saw the new album release, like the year already felt better. I was like, oh, that's it. Here's my jam. Here's Coven. Here's coming in hot. Let's go. This is it. This is where it's at. I get so excited every time Coven releases something new. There's like a female singing with like some male people and all this stuff, and I think it's like I think they're European if not mistaken. I'm not big into following what artists do, by the way, so I'm so sorry if like that's not like what you expect out of this video. I'm not gonna be over here like, yeah, like the main singer is from here and lives there, does all this stuff. That's just not who I am. I just love music, and I don't have time to go in depth into like what these artists are all up to. I just really appreciate what they do. Thank you. But yeah, Coven, really solid. Their newest album's good. I highly recommend it. They also have another album that got me into them to begin with, thanks to I'm a Cutie Pie. But I did used to play League back in the day, so yeah. So one of the songs that got me into them was Everything, which is in their Come to Light like EP type of thing, and I just was completely sold by everything they pretty much do at that point on. So yeah, Coven, good stuff. So that was our number 6. We're going on to number 5. This was a discovery that I didn't think I was going to get so hard into. And because I used to listen to these guys and then I kind of stopped, and I discovered their newer albums recently, and I've just been completely hooked on them ever since, pretty much since like May to now. Like I just can't stop listening to them. And that is Tokyo Hotel. Tokyo Hotel has 2 of their more recent albums that are just really focused on, let me get the name of the album. So Tokyo Hotel released 2 albums recently. One is called Kings of Suburbia. I believe it's like 2014. And then they also have Dream Machine, which was released in 2017. They really haven't released much music since then, by the way. But my main focus is that those 2 albums just completely hit me in a whole other level of like, what did I just experience? I listened to like one song and I was like, I didn't even realize it was Tokyo Hotel. Like that's how much they like kind of changed their beats. But I was just so sold on how well they produce their sounds, the way you make you feel, everything. Like I could not stop listening to them. I still listen to them to this day. That I have multiple playlists with all their stuff in it, and I just keep going and going and going. I just can't stop. I think I took a chilling in the last like I say month because I discovered Ellie and Fur, and because of that I kind of stopped. And I discovered one more about put it up a little bit higher, so we'll get to it here soon. So that's probably why I kind of stopped listening to them. But to be honest, I think that out of everything on this list, the most I listened to was probably Tokyo Hotel, and if not, there's the number 1 spot actually might be just a little bit higher. But Tokyo Hotel is like second place in terms of how much I listened to it. Really good stuff. You guys should definitely go check out Tokyo Hotel if you haven't. I know if you're from the 2010 era, I know you're gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy because I know their music used to be way different. They were on Guitar Hero and all that stuff back in the day. Like trust me, like they're different now. Not them saying that in a good way or a bad way, but they did change their music. I love their new stuff. I liked their old stuff, but I love their new stuff even more. So my number 4 is Always Never. Always Never is a very particular type of style of music, but I absolutely to the T adore it. I can Always Never is just amazing. It's kind of very similar to The Weeknd, but it's like a different type of twist. The guy that sings it has a very similar voice to The Weeknd, but there's something about Always Never with their beats and just the way they flow through the music that I actually really love and appreciate. It's again a really good night driving type of both albums. I think I think it's 2 guys actually. They only have like 2 albums if I'm not mistaken right now. It's really new. Their 2020 album actually released this year, and I don't even know where to go with this. Like the emotions and the things I feel while listening to them, I just can't stop. I actually got other people into them as well. That's just to explain. And Tokyo Hotel too, by the way. But I can't. You guys should just go check them out. Listen to their couple. Maybe listen to the number 1 song, which is called Wildin'. They just got a very nice particular beat, and I just can't get enough of it. And I discovered them in 2020 actually, and I can't thank them enough because thank you so much for making my year way better and just dealing with everything. Just listen to this in the background, just getting through the day. I really loved it. That's 2. The lovely Always Never. Thank you so much. That's number 4. And like I said, as I'm getting happier and happier, I just can't consume it. I love music. But going on to number 3. Number 3 is, oh my gosh, This is a hard one, but it's Dance Gavin Dance. Oh my gosh. So Dance Gavin Dance released a new album in 2020. I've been a fan of Dance Gavin Dance for a while now. I've been hooked on their music for probably a solid 4 years now. And like once I discovered them, I had to go see a concert. And I actually did go see a concert in 2019. I was able to see them. I was absolutely like, my throat was completely gone by the end of it. I love Dance Gavin Dance. They released a new album this year and I couldn't stop listening to it. It's crazy because I actually stopped listening to it about around April. And then, when the results came in for like, your top 5 songs or whatever, they were still up there even after I listened to literally everything else. Like they were still like number 2. So like it's crazy how much I listened to them as I was discovering other music as well, because I did take a break and I went back and took a break. But Dance Gavin Dance is definitely one of my favorite bands like overall. They just have some of the best guitar, so like a voice, singing combination with the drums, just whatever rock style music that I have ever seen in a band. Like I'm a Panic at the Disco person. I'm actually all over the place. My music is literally everywhere. It's really rare when I listen to just one genre. I kind of fly around. But when it comes to this guy's particular, I absolutely love the way they switch their beats around, how they move from like a calm to like an intense to the screamo. They got so much going on from song to song. Every song feels like an experience. I'm never going to forget that ever whenever I listen to them or whenever I think about music. Dance Gavin Dance is always going to be up there for me. Like, if to me, like, they're just, like, so top tier. Like, their music is just so good. There's a reason why so many people like them and why they're so adored and loved, because their music is just, like, amazing. And, like, just, that's why the number three, because, like, I love them, but there's just 2 more that I somehow love even more. Honestly, these 4 are very equal. They all have different type of genres, so I just love these genres equally with the top artists of them in each one. But yeah, Dance Gavin Dance has number 3. When their album came out, I was sold. I couldn't stop listening to it. My spring semester was so much better with them in my life, so thank you for that. Going on to number 2, we are starting to crack down on it, but number 2 is a really weird one, and let me prepare for this one because this one's a hard one to talk about. So my number 2, like I said, this was a little rough to talk about, is Bring Me the Horizon. Now wait, before you get crazy on me, because they used to have music back in the past. Like, they've been around for a while. I think it's been like 15 years maybe. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but they used to make like insane screamo music. I think Helena or something like, I can't remember. No, I'm thinking of Green Day. But there was a song that they created in the past and it has like mixed feelings. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's a really weird combination. I never listened to Bring Me the Horizon in the past. I think I briefly did and I just wasn't really a big fan. But they came out with That's the Spirit, and ever since then I've been very interested in Bring Me the Horizon. That's the Spirit brings out emotions that I've been dealing with pretty much for years to come. They bring out some certain feelings that just make me feel different, make me think different, make me realize some things that I didn't realize before, whether it's depression or sadness or just emotional issues, like whatever it is that I'm dealing with. Like this album helped me realize them and deal with them in a better way. My life started shifting when I discovered That's the Spirit, with them having me in the background of the music, like when I'm listening to, I'm driving while I was doing stuff. Like there was a lot that was happening back in 2015. I had my back injury back then, and I was going through some rough times, and like it really helped me deal with these issues and start focusing on them. Not that I'm saying that because of them I got better at it, but listening to the music kind of helped me think more, which led me to improve my life. And their newest album, which is an incredibly long name, brace yourself, this is going to take a while, but the newest album, well, one of the newest albums, they created multiple, but this one is called Music to Listen to Dance to Blaze to Pray to Feed to Sleep to Talk to Grind to Trip to Breathe to Hurt to Help to Scroll to Roll to Love to Hate to Learn to Plot to Play to Be to Feel to Breathe to Sweat to Dream to Hide to Live to Die to Go to. Very, very, very long album name, and it's one of my favorite albums by them and one of my favorite albums just in general of 2020 probably. This album is insane. It is really hard to listen to if you're one of those people that really is very picky or particular, because they have very odd sounds. Like there's literally a song that's dedicated to like dolphin sounds, and like the song is literally called dead dolphin sounds aid brain growth in unborn children or child, something like that. And then it has virtual therapy and natural healing for 2 hours. That's the full name of this song. And they just, in general, all their songs are like this. They're all, in this album particularly, they're all insanely weird. But it took me, I actually hated it at first. I listened to like the first couple songs. I was like, why would anyone ever listen to this? And then I listened to a song, which is upside down question mark. And that's it. I was like, wow, they've got some sick ass beats. And then I started appreciating the other songs in the album as well. And before you know it, like the entire album just became a favorite of mine, and I just couldn't stop listening to it. And it's just number one. I really can't explain this album without you going out there yourself and just listening to it. I'm not like a music entrepreneur or whatever here. I don't know how to explain this in a way where it makes sense without actually going and listening to it. It is an insane album. It definitely brought a lot of feelings into me. It's just crazy. I can literally remember the days I listened to this album, like the days I heavily listened to this album. Like I remember even in March when the virus hit. Literally, this was my album. I work 4 a.m. shifts. Every 4 a.m. I worked, I was listening to these songs. Like, it's just insane how much I put this on repeat. Just deal with some other stuff. Like I said, this list isn't about like top 10 best songs, best albums ever. This is like top 10 albums or songs or artists that helped me deal with 2020. So this is just how I dealt with it. If you are one of those people that's willing to try some new stuff, I really recommend checking out this album. Even if you have mixed feelings towards Bring Me the Horizon, I know they've been kind of up and down, but they really do have some solid stuff. In my opinion, they really changed the bar here and there, but I think I'm pretty sure this album is kind of unknown. I don't know how known it is. I don't know how people are aware of this. I know that I don't know anyone that listens to it, so I love it. Maybe you'll like it too. Now going to our number one. So this one's kind of like a weird one. I pretty much just touched on like three kind of more, or three kind of more popular, I guess. I just recently touched on like 3 bands that are kind of popular, that being Tokyo Hotel, Bring Me the Horizon, and Dance Gavin Dance. And this particular group is probably insanely unknown or less known than like other groups, I guess. They do have like some solid listens on Spotify, but I really don't know anyone that just goes and talks about this group, and they are called Arc Patrol. When I discovered Arc Patrol, I was pretty much done. This was it. This was like my newest artist of like the next 5 years. Like I'm never not gonna stop listening to them now at this point on. Like they're pretty much sold into my like piggy bank of music I listen to probably till my death. I'm gonna be listening to them probably forever. Arc Patrol has a very particular vibe that I just can't get enough of. It is like my type of music. It is, and discovering them late 2019 going to 2020, it was like pretty much the cherry on top of pretty much everything I just listed. They are like just they're just like they're on top of the mountain because they're like the best, and then everything else kind of goes under it, and I just love it so much. Like I really recommend checking out their album, specifically their album that's literally called Arc Patrol. They have some amazing solid beats on there. I know somebody that literally has been mixing their music into their music just to like kind of mix it around, because like every song on there is like a banger. Like I just can't get enough of Arc Patrol. I can't get enough talking about it. I'm not gonna keep talking about them too much because I can go on for literally days about Arc Patrol. I have so many playlists with just their music in there. They are kind of a bit newer, I would say, and they also have some weird stuff. They have literally like some music that's just like some kind of background noise, like just like an arcade machine, like an arcade area just going off and like doing, or you hear the coins and you hear stuff like beeping and all this stuff. Like they have like an entire album with like all these weird sound ones, but then they also have like 2019 Arc Patrol, which is just amazing. And then they just came out 2020 with Goody. Gosh, I can't get enough of Arc Patrol. I like, if there's anything on this list that you should listen to, it's Arc Patrol. But like I said, I have a very particular taste, or a very open particular taste to like what I listen to, kind of all over the place. If this list didn't say enough, even my like Spotify stuff, it was just all over the place. I had like one of everything. That was like my top of whatever I've been listening to. Of course, my focus has always been trance, but I do explore like other stuff too. So yeah, that's pretty much my top 10 artists that helped me get through 2020. And like I said, I just want to make this video just to talk about the fact that, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I know I'm like super happy and everything like that, but you know, we're all dealing with, you know, what's been going on in the world for the last year, and it hasn't been easy. And I'm not saying that we gotta go and just listen to music and be depressed, but we all have like ways of dealing with it, and this is just kind of my way of dealing with it, and I just kind of want to discuss it and do something different and just kind of get it out there that, you know, like, we made it. The year's almost over and we all made it. We're all here. We're all doing whatever it is that we're doing. We're either on YouTube or going to school or working remotely, but we all made it. I'm creating this video on December 30th. I'll be releasing it tomorrow. So by the time you guys see this, we are like officially 24 hours away or less to pretty much the end of the year. And it's just crazy that we how much has happened, and that we're here now and we're living and we're moving forward and we're getting ready for the new year. And rather it continues the same way or not, we are going to keep pushing through, because that's just what we do. We survive, we keep moving. And I just want to thank you and everybody who has been a part of my channel, or that I've talked to, or that I've spoken to in this last year, that has made this year better for me. And I hope I've made the year better for you, and just everything hobby wise, just all the stuff that's been going on. I really appreciate everybody, and I wish you guys an amazing 2021. I really hope that in the upcoming years, maybe it'll be easier, maybe it'll be harder, but as long as we stick together, we'll make it. So that's pretty much the end of my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys listen to some music. And if you do, please feel free to go in the comment section and talk to me about it. I'm here to always discuss anything that I'm interested in, and music is definitely like one of the top things that I've never let go. So I wish you guys a farewell to 2020, and we'll see how 2021 goes. See you guys next year. Bye.